Discuss more about the latest developments coming from Ukraine. We're joined via Zoom by Ambassador of Ukraine to South Africa, Liubov Abravitova. We have reached out to the Russian embassy to get a reaction from the ambassador there. The press attaché in the embassy, Alexander Arefiev, told us the embassy will respond soon. Let's welcome you and thank you so much for making the time to speak to us this morning. Reports this morning have been talking about a full-scale operation. Other reports have been talking about a targeted operation. How is Ukraine interpreting these attacks?
Good day. So today at 5 o'clock in the morning, the President of Russian Federation has announced the start of the new wave of aggression against Ukraine. The goal of Russian offensive military operation is to destroy the Ukrainian state and to seize by force Ukrainian territory and to establish occupational control over Ukraine. So the Russian armed forces are launching attacks on peaceful Ukrainian cities from different directions, including from the territory of temporarily occupied Crimea and in occupied Donbass and also in southeast region. This is an act of war, attack on the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine. And this is the brutal violation of the United Nations Charter and basic norms and principles of the international law. Now Ukraine has activated its right to self-defense in accordance with international law.
What do you mean you have activated your right to self-defense?
We now announce the military status in Ukraine and we're defending our land with military means.
So is this a full-on war? Is the Ukraine going into war with Russia?
It is war.
What kind of support are you hoping to get from your international partners if this is the case?
So it is the case already, and as you know, the news around the military build-up of Russia around Ukraine were there since the end of last year, and we were calling on international society to really stop Russia of their intentions. And Russia was saying that they were not going to invade Ukraine. We did receive all the signals that it would be happening, and we were preparing for this war. We were receiving military and humanitarian support from our partners already. So now we are ready to fight, but we need more sanctions, harsh sanctions against Russia now from all our partners.
You're talking about sanctions, but just take us, let's backtrack a bit. You're saying that you're also responding to Russia's attacks. Are you able to give us detail just in terms of how you are responding specifically?
All right. So today, in the east of Ukraine, the missile and bomb strikes were happening. I'm receiving the information that the Joint Forces Operation Area already had 5 aircraft, 2 helicopters of Russian airspace forces have been hit, 2 tanks damaged, several trucks of the armed forces of the Russian Federation destroyed.
So just in terms of civilians being caught up in the crossfire, we've seen reports of cars driving out of the capital, Kiev, and just in panic. And we've shown pictures as well on Google Maps showing aircraft flying away from the conflict area. Or just in terms of the safety of civilians, what assurances is Ukraine giving here?
So, of course, the airspace is closed in Ukraine, so you will not see any flights above our territory and our sky, we do see the panic that the civilian people are having now, and I think it's very predictable. What you think when the major cities of the country are being under the attack? We have our strong army, and our civilians, they believe that their army will be able to protect them.
Abravitova, I just want to ask you quickly, what can be done to bring both parties back to the negotiation table?
We always said, and I'm continuing to say, that we always were and are ready for the diplomatic solution of this conflict. And we are able to sit at the table of negotiations. The Russian side doesn't want it. And today all the world see that Russia is not going to speak. They are going to attack, to invade. So I think that today the joint response of international community, only this can stop Russia of continuing to kill Ukrainians.
Let's thank you for your time this morning. We hope to have you back again. Ambassador Liubov Abravitova, representing Ukraine in South Africa.